So you just focus on what you can do for yourself in your case, and making sure everything's good, and not giving the government more to deal with. It's wild. But people like make a big deal. Like, he's talking about people online not supporting him. It's like, not really. Like, you guys watch a show for whatever reason you want, or you don't, and that's okay. Anybody complaining about that, like, why are people watching my show? It's like, well, they don't want to. That's it. There's no specific reason that they should or shouldn't. It's all preference. And so that never bothers me. It's your interpersonal relationships, no matter where they are, but people who get to know you at a little bit better level, and you get surprised by the people who are like, supporting you or not. And I'm not talking about public, I'm talking about private. And, like, people just, treat you a specific way, and you have to just accept it. Or you can spend your whole day trying to figure out how you're going to convince them to treat you differently. You won't, though. You won't ever get it. So just, it's just an interesting thing to go through after talking to people about how it works. Because, you tell people about it as a lawyer, and this is what you can expect. Like, don't worry about this stuff. This isn't your concern right now. And you have to worry about this other thing. And people are just, they don't get it. They don't want to hear that. They want to, the natural reaction is to tell everybody where they're wrong. And this is why so many people end up getting tripped up. They really want to tell everybody why, including authorities. They want to tell them why they didn't do anything wrong. That's what they want to do. They want to tell their story. No, I blah, 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 blah. I was doing this. And the great example is that guy who shot the dude from the handicap spot, right? He's at the side of the car yelling at the woman who's parked in the handicap spot. Her boyfriend comes out, husband, whatever he was. He sees the guy yelling at his girlfriend. He runs up and tackles the guy. Well, the guy lands on the ground, and then he pulls out a gun, and he shoots the guy as he's stepping backwards. Steps back, turns like this. Bullet enters here, exits here. It's a pretty clear case that the guy shot while the guy was retreating. And it's, he then, all that guy wanted to do was tell the cops why he was right about his self-defense. Not the simple things like Branca says, where you have to inform them that you fired in self-defense. You stop the threat, stuff like that. He's going well beyond. He's being tactical. He's using terms about suppression and all this stuff. And then he gets to this part where he says he's not afraid because he carries a gun. He's not afraid of anybody. It's like, well, buddy, you just sunk yourself. And then that guy goes to prison. What's that guy's name? Starts with a D. It's natural. When people say negative shit about you, you want to immediately tell them why you're right or wrong. I saw someone say, wasn't he just saying last week that in the age of media, you're going to say, yeah, I'm talking right now. I'm not saying the internet is so bipolar, 0 or 100, nothing in between. But the reality is, in the age of social media, people are going to talk. So what I was saying was the old adage of don't say anything becomes impractical. Michael Draka. There you go. Thank you, Branca. He knows. In the age of social media, people are going to talk online. So lawyers need to be a little bit more aware when they're telling their clients not to say anything that used to mean they would understand their clients might go and talk to a buddy about something like hush, hush, but no one would know about it. Now, if those conversations happen in public or on public forums, they happen out in the open when they didn't before, because we have the ability to have them more publicly, and the exchanges, we get to have them with people further and further away. We get to maintain relationships in a different way. So what I was saying is it's pretty impractical to tell people not to say anything anymore in the age of social media, because they will. And the more people that follow them and the more that social media is incorporated into their lives or profession, the more people are going to ask about it, the more opportunities there will be to say something. So my humble opinion is that lawyers need to catch up with that. And what they need to do is recognize that reality and incorporate into their advice strategies on how to address these things without addressing them, without overstating, without incriminating yourself, without giving the government ammo. You can't do that, but people will talk, and pretending that they won't is silly. It's also silly even in the age of any sort of celebrity. No matter what tier of celebrity you are, you see celebrities getting these charges, and they're public people, and they're expected then to not be public people anymore, even though their livelihood kind of depends on it. And I mean, I'm in that, like, the bottom tier of that category, because e-celebrities are garbage, don't get me wrong, but we do have public life, and our means of making a living are incorporated into that. And so there's going to be a period of time where your means of making a living is being public, and you're not supposed to be very public. So again, a lot of people online were getting what I would call useless advice. And that's just, you shouldn't be saying anything ever. Well, thanks. Okay. Sure. Next, please. But the reality is you're going to say some stuff. But again, it's not 0 or 100. There's a whole strata of stuff between that. It's all interesting. What I've stated about my case is simple. What needs to be said about my case will be said in court filings or on the record. I mean, obviously, people are going to ask me about it. I'm largely going to say I can't talk about that. Other than that, if you want more, sorry, I don't have more to give you. But my show won't be about that. My show will just be about, doing my own things. Head out, go hang out with Lady Rackets before bedtime here, and get up and tackle tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Billy the Kid Law says, I hear you've been enjoying pizza and Dairy Queen over the last few days. Creepy stalkers in your town say so. I have not been to... Oh, yep. No, I picked up an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. It's true. Pizza. I'm not sure where I got a pizza, but probably. Creepy stalkers in your town say so. What's with them? And not Keanu Reeves leaking DMs. Weirdos. Like the leaking DMs thing is funny because people are like, look at these DMs. It's like, those DMs are literally just saying, hey, your friend doesn't trust you because you're airing all their shit in public. Like, you say you want to talk to your friend, but anytime that anything comes up, you're just airing her shit out in public. Like, maybe, like, don't take my word for it. I don't do anything. I've been trying to get her to talk to you, and I think she should, but here's maybe why she doesn't want to. And the person who wants her friend to talk to her says, see, and then airs it all out in public. It's like, all right. I mean, I guess. I don't know how in you go from, I want my friend to talk to me, and I'm like, I want your friend to talk to you too. I think that's a good idea because you guys are friends. And maybe just like, don't like air all her shit out in public like you and your husband or your soon-to-be husband have been doing. And then they're like, look at this, and air all that shit out in public. Okay. I mean, if that's some big revelation that I said, maybe like, here's a way you could try and talk to your friend, and then they did the opposite of what I would think someone rational would do. I mean, okay, if that's a big own, all right. I wrote all those DMs figuring it was highly possible they'd get released. So I'm not really worried about what I said. I stand by all the things where I'm like, hey, you say this is your girl, and like, you're not giving her a good reason to talk to you. But what do I know? Cheesy BO1 says the grandfather offers generous gifts. I'll join Nurgles in the end. The lazy bastard says you better show up in court with a law pope hat on. That'd be good. Also says, as someone that hopes to high heaven, this is way overblown. Glad to hear you say you're not going to talk about your case. Look, like I said, everything I need to say about the case specifically will be said in filings, probably by my lawyer, not by me, because it's a criminal case. But, you know, that'll all happen when it happens. It's not going to happen on a local stream, except government. It is 100% going to happen on a local stream. All government actors who want access to my exclusive talks about nothing but my case and all the details can join at the $150 a month level on Locals. If you join at the $150 a month level on Locals and submit to me your government identification, I will automatically share all of the details of my case and my legal strategy, and we'll have exclusive interviews with my lawyer where we'll type everything out in public. There you go. I'll make that. You don't have to wait for a Locals tier on it. They don't do it. You can personally take the option. $150 a month, plus you'll have to personally send me a copy of your government ID, and you'll get exclusive access to everything about my case straight from the source. Will you be resuming your stand-up comedy act? I'm technically standing up now. The comedy that's a whole different thing. I don't think that's going to happen. Do I need to provide my ID again? Yes. Yes. It's, oh my gosh. Uncivil, can I tell anything about my attorney and his background and experience? Sure. He's a dude who's done cases of a similar nature in this area. He's practiced in this county and other counties around Minnesota, and seems like a pretty cool dude. Other than that, I'm not going to say much about him. Maybe someday when this is all over, we can talk about it. Captain Pendragon says, do I get anything else for my money? What about nudes? Yes. I didn't say who the nudes are of, but yes. My favorite meal at Dairy Queen. I don't like Dairy Queen's food. I've scarfed down forcefully the chicken strip baskets from time to time. Not a big fan. The Nutter Butter Shake was pretty good. I had that a couple weeks ago. But my main thing, I just get a cookie dough blizzard with no fudge sauce. No law tubers are part of my counsel. Not at present, no. I mean, it's not anything against them, but none of them are practicing Minnesota attorneys. CBC Trio says best I can do 350. Cool. But yeah, none of them are Minnesota attorneys, and while many of them would be well-meaning and very capable lawyers, you want someone who specializes in the particular practice areas that you're facing in the state that you're in. So I should have Footy Law as my OnlyFans page, where it's legal documents highlighted by women's feet. Like a woman's foot with a highlighter will just go through and highlight the relevant sections of legal documents, make a fucking fortune. And by woman's foot, of course, I mean mine, my dainty feet. But Larry is sad I didn't hire him to represent me. I mean, I haven't not hired him yet either. I just haven't hired him. I don't know that, again, I don't know that he will be, I don't know that he'll be a huge asset to the case at this point in time. That's not saying he wouldn't be at some other point in time. He's a good guy. His offer is very nice and generous. I like him a lot and I appreciate it, but